All right, let's get to our bets. We're going to switch this up a little bit. So we're going to go over some bets we like, and then we have a bet your life on it bet, and we have the we'll call them the progressives. Now, usually progressive means something a little different to you gamblers, but or you know what we should do that we should do is instead of calling this a progressive because that's actually kind of bet. What we should do is we should call that a marathon. We have a marathon bet that lasts a couple of days. So we have a bet your life on a bet, a marathon. First, Seth, give me something from hockey. What do you like in the ice realm?
So we have a couple of game sevens going on because we had a couple of game sixes that were absolutely crazy. So Islanders Flyers is going to game seven because they went double OT in game six, and the Flyers won 5-4. So
Which
they
was good for us.
yeah, they squared that up. And the other, I'm not going to lie, I was watching or trying to watch the other game, but I definitely fell asleep because I've had to do the
Because
early.
we work hard. This
Yeah,
is not our only job, folks. We work hard.
I've had to do the early stuff at work since Wednesday, so you got to get up by 5. That's not easy.
Is that a tornado siren? Am I in danger?
It is
Seth,
not
I'm right next to a window.
like it's not Wednesday either, so like I don't know why that's going off.
I'm pretty sure that's the worst place to be is by a window. On the third floor, no less.
That's what I've heard. But anyway, Vancouver won. They blanked Vegas 4-0 to force game 7. So we have and whoever came up with this idea should be fired. Dallas and Colorado, game 7 of their series. So we've got 3 game 7s going on in the next 2 days. Dallas and Colorado, though, play at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on USA Network.
What? That doesn't make sense.
Who's
getting fired?
How dare you? Okay, so let's hit this. This can be one of my marathon because we've got the 2 game 7 tonight, and then we got the game 7 going on Saturday. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to pick the winners. I am going with I'm going to go with Dallas, Vegas, and Philly.
Dallas, Vegas, Philly. All right. You won us, myself and the listeners, some money last week because you had the Canucks and the Flyers in a couple of things, including a few parlays. So I'm gonna snag that Flyers bet, and I'm going to snag that Dallas bet, and I'm going to tuck those away for later. By the way, on the money line, Dallas plus 105, the Knights minus 210, and the Flyers plus 110. So I'm going to snag those. I'm going to stash those because I have some basketball bets for you, Seth. Let me just pull this up on my screen over here. All right, so today we have Bucks Heat. Bucks are favored by 5 points in this game. This is an interesting one. Game 3, your back's against the wall. You desperately need a game here. Really feels like the Bucks might be able to take this one. First game of the Rockets-Lakers series. Lakers favored minus 6.5. And then we have tomorrow, Raptors-Celtics, game 4. Raptors favored by 1.5. Nuggets-Clippers tomorrow as well. Clippers favored by 8.5 after that 120-97 blowout. That's a lot of points. So here's what I've got. I love the Lakers. I love the Lakers in this first game to punch the Rockets in the mouth after a long series. I think you see exactly what you saw in the Nuggets-Clippers game where they come out of the long series. The other team's just been waiting, resting, just licking their chops to get into the second round. And now the Lakers are going to take a big bite out of the Rockets and beat them. So I like them minus 6.5 points. I also like a tease. If you can do a 3-team, I love the 3-team 3-point teases. I love those. So I'm going to take the Heat, the Lakers, and the Celtics. 3 teams, 3 points. That means you get the Heat at +8. You get the Lakers at minus 3.5, and you get the Celtics at 4.5. I love all of those numbers, and I love the Lakers individually. For your marathon, you already announced, so I'm going to grab the Lakers today at -6.5. Parlay them with the Flyers money line tomorrow, and the Clippers -8. Actually, strike that. I'm just going to take the Clippers money line, play it safe. I'm going to do Clippers money line and the Flyers money line and the Lakers spread tonight. That is my marathon bet. Seth, bet your life on it. What you got?
Kentucky Derby is this weekend, and so this is going to be a disaster because
You going that?
2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, I did a segment on the Scoop where I went through and I listed all the horses, and then I picked the one that I thought was going to win. My horse finished dead last.
His horse actually had to be shot.
So here's okay. A name is a name,
Gosh.
but here are the horses, and I'll just go in order by the pole position that they're in. Finnick the Fierce, Max Player, Enforceable, Storm the Court, Major Fed, King Guillermo, Money Move, South Bend, Mr. Big News, 1,000 Words, Necker Island, Soul Volant, Attachment Rate, Winning Impression, New York Traffic, Honor AP, Tis the Law, and Authentic. And
shoot New York Traffic into the sun. Oh my gosh. Who named that horse that? That's so rude.
I mean, that horse is going to get gridlock. That's just not going to be good.
He's going to be stuck for hours.
I would be doing this a tremendous disservice if I did not pick Money Moves to win the Kentucky Derby.
Money Moves. I love it. I love it. It's going to be a bad look if our first bet your life bet on it just like a horse that has to be put down.
Yeah. Well, and I'll say the other thing too, like I'm on the Kentucky Derby website and I don't have the odds for the horses. So
I will pull up. I got the ponies over here. Don't you worry, Sonny boy. What did you have? Money moves. Is it? Money Moves.
Dear God, he's going to be near the bottom of the list, isn't he?
All right, so let me pull up Kentucky Derby here. I got Kentucky Derby. Where's Money Moves? Money Moves is plus 5,000. He's betting his life on it. Plus 5,000.
Oh my!
There's no fear.
Well, it's been a good run. It's been a good run.
Seth, I am not going to bet that one with you. That is all you, my friend. That is all you.
So if I don't get that one, do I just put a tombstone in my place next week? Like,
I think we have to figure out some kind of thing that you have to do over video, like something embarrassing or something like that.
Oh dear.
I think that's what has to be the punishment. Is you just have to, like, I don't know, like eat a bug or something.
Well, we can figure that out. We've got time.
All right, mine is not a plus 5,000 bet.
Mine's not
going to be boring in comparison to yours. My bet, I'm all in on the Lakers to really stomp in this first game the Rockets. I think this will be a good series, but I think this first game is going to be bad. I'm all in on the Lakers to really come out and punch them in the mouth. I'm all in on this first game for them to make a statement. That is why I have the over for the Lakers in the first quarter as my bet my life on it bet at -30 on the over of 29.5 points.
Jeez.
So I need 30 points in the first quarter from the Lakers. I think that's super doable. Super doable. And that is my bet. Real quick before we head out here, we're going to get so in-depth gambling football next week. Just crazy. We're going to be up to our necks. We're going to be in the nitty-gritty. We're going to be finding out what these guys had for breakfast. We're going to do all of that crazy stuff. But we should, because we'll probably record on Friday again, we should talk about the Thursday night football game.
We sure should.
So we have the Chiefs and the Texans, obviously the Super Bowl reigning champs hosting Thursday Night Football and the return of the NFL. The Chiefs, as it stands right now, looking at it on Bovada at -9.5 and -460 on the money line. Seth, oh, and the over/under is 53.5 points.
Wow.
What do you think, Seth?
Well, Houston's in an interesting spot. They traded one of the five best receivers in football for a injury-prone running back.
One of the three best receivers.
Yeah, and replaced him at the position with Randall Cobb. So Houston is certainly going to try to go Mike Zimmer probably saw those moves and was like jealous. Like, now you guys are speaking my language.
He's figuring out how he can get the other Johnson triplets on his team.
Oh dear God. So Houston is just going to be super weird this go around because Bill O'Brien is GM. You let a coach be the GM, and you really don't have any sort of way to check their power other than the owner themselves.
A coach who might not be a great head coach.
That is also a very valid question to ask.
He's also the GM. Here's the thing, though, is I love Deshaun Watson, and he is so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good. The problem is his offensive line is traditionally not that great, and now they're going into it without training camp. Granted, you have to think the Chiefs, as good as they are, there's got to be some drawback for every team to not having training camp and preseasons. I don't know if I'm putting too much stock in that, but to be fair, in an average season, these teams are coming out weird and slow and a little bit funky the first 2 weeks of September. So I think we could get a real sloppy performance from pretty much every team in this first week, at least, for sure. So on the one side, everything you're saying about Houston makes me want to take that -9.5 on the Chiefs and just say they're going to roll them. It's going to be like a 15-point game, at least 2 touchdowns. And this one isn't going to be a contest. On the other side of things, if both teams are playing sloppy, 2 good quarterbacks is kind of going to be the trump card over a bunch of that sloppiness, which means I think this could actually potentially, if you think about it that way, be a real fight and a real battle. Watson versus Mahomes, we saw that in the playoffs, how that went. And so if you're looking at it from our quarterback talent is going to trump the weird sloppiness of this lead up to the season and the sloppiness that could be the start of this season. And so in that sense, it might end up being like a 4-point game. 9.5 points is a ton of points. The way I landed on it is I just thought, you know what? Both these defenses are going to suffer by having to play these quarterbacks. And so I'm taking the over of 53.5 points, staying away from the money or the spread. Just staying away from the spread. I'm just saying, you know what? Tons of offensive talent, great quarterbacks, elite quarterbacks. There's going to be a ton of points scored. And so let's go 53.5 for the over.
Well, and keep this in mind, that playoff game featured, I think, 24 points to start it for Houston, and then 50.
Yeah, they started up 24 zip.
51 points for the Chiefs in 3 quarters to finish it.
Yeah, I mean, and again, that was when you were after a full season. I really think that the 2 things that are going to suffer is offensive line and the defense in general is really going to suffer from this weird start. And so you have 2 guys who can scramble, make plays happen outside the pocket in Mahomes and Watson. 2 guys who are going to make passing plays happen outside of the pocket. And you have defenses that are going to have to not only try and get on the same page, but also get on the same page against truly elite talent that's going to be on a very mobile base. That's going to be tough. And so I think there's going to be a lot of points scored. This game probably ends up being something like the playoff game where it's like a 45-38 Chiefs win. And in that case, give me the over. Let's have all the points scored. I have Will Fuller on my fantasy team. Let's flex him out. Let's go.
Well, and I'll be able to watch it because thanks to YouTube TV for coming to an agreement with NFL Network before the season started. So that's
Thank
fun.
God.
But it came out of nowhere too. Like I just got the email about it, and I'm like, oh, okay.
You don't say.
This is a channel I will enjoy.
This is good news.
Compared to the last 7 that they added that I have yet to watch.
Exactly. PBS 3. PBS has 3 channels. What the hell?
Sorry, Nickelodeon. I'm not in your client base anymore. I'm not in your advertising range.
Also, you're not good anymore. So.
Well, also that.
Also that. All right. That's all I got.
Yeah, I can't think of anything because I don't know if I had the date wrong or if that golf the tour championship, if that is, I don't know if that was going Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday or what the deal was.
I thought that was late because of the Labor Day, the extra day.
That could.
We'll have our stats department check it. Buck, look it up.
Yeah, get on that thing. So yeah, that's all we got. So we'll do this again next week. So make sure to cash those chips. Whatever they say, don't
get that unemployment check. Get quick. Football's right around the corner. We got lots of bets to make.
Put it all on red, and
I assume it's only unemployed bums listening to our pod. It's nothing with actual tasks. Nobody with actual tasks is listening to our show.
Who knows? All right, hit me again. We're out of here.